let's go through a whole sourdough bake. So I just got my starter out of the refrigerator. The glass is cold. It's not that much in there. It's unfed, very runny. So I'm gonna feed this, and it is 3:38 p.m. I'm gonna leave it out on the counter, so I'll bake with it Wednesday morning. I know from measuring my jar empty that the jar is 444 grams. And this is measuring 600 grams with the starter in it. So I'm gonna do some simple math and see how much starter I have. So I'm going to discard 56 grams and get it down to 100 grams of starter. Okay, I need to read 544. Getting close. That's close enough. It don't have to be exact. Okay, so we're gonna say about 100 grams of starter in there. So we're gonna do about 100 grams of water. Oops, that's too much. That's okay. Now we're going for about 100 grams of flour. Okay, 156. So that's about equal water and flour, but not quite equal starter, but that's okay. When we mix it together, we're trying to see, we don't want it too thin, but we don't want it too thick. Like, I would consider that too thick. We're not trying to mix all the lumps out because the lumps of flour is going to feed the starter, but just make sure you're getting the starter mixed in with the water and the flour. Now, that's a little thick for me, so I'm going to add a little bit more water. I'm going to get a spatula, clear the sides of the jar so we can see. We want to be able to see it growing. And clearly I feed mine to about the same every time because my rubber band don't move much. And we should see some movement. We should see some growing and some bubbles within the next few hours or so. It may take longer because we didn't set the starter out and warm up. We did feed a cold starter, so keep that in mind as well. Now that's pretty thick pancake batter. I do see some lumps, but not a lot. I'm gonna add a little bit more flour, like 2 pinches. 2 pinches of flour. I'm gonna stir that up in there. Want it nice and fed. Okay, now I'm gonna let it sit out on the counter. Okay, it is 5:18. Remember, we started this at 3:38. This is what it looks like on the inside. Just a few bubbles. So we're gonna check it out in a couple more hours. Remember, we're just putting it on there like that. And if you look at the rubber band, it has grown just a bit. So that's a good thing about putting the rubber band. You can see some of your progress. It's 9:10. Look where the rubber band is, and look where it is now. We got some bubbles going in the top. Got a few bubbles on the side. But see, time and patience, and the starter is growing. It's 10:34 a.m. the next morning. We got a lot of bubbles. We're looking real good. We got bubbles on the side. Where else? Few bubbles at the bottom. But this looks real good. This is really tangy like we like it. Smells good. So we're gonna use this, see how it turns out, and I'm gonna follow it like I'm doing the cold starter recipe, except this hasn't come out the fridge. So let's see how it turns out. Mind you, I just took it out the fridge yesterday. I fed it. It's been out on the counter all evening, and then It's 10:35 a.m. now, and we're gonna start the process. For my last few loaves, I've been using bread flour, but I don't have enough bread flour today, so we're just gonna use all-purpose flour. We're gonna do 1 cup of starter, 1 cup of water, whisk it up. Good morning. Mind you, the starter is not cold. I'm going to do 3 cups of all-purpose flour because I don't have enough bread flour. 3. After the 3 cups of flour, we need almost a full tablespoon of salt. I always use pink Himalayan salt because that's what I have on hand. Mix it together. At some point, you're going to want to switch over to your hand because you're more so kneading the dough. If you're like this, you want to get your hands in there and get to kneading. And you can add a little more water in there if you feel like it's not enough. You don't necessarily want it too sticky, but you do want it to be together nicely. So yeah, I just add a little splash of water. When it's a cold starter, you don't have to really add any water because the starter is, I don't know, something about the temperature of it. You don't really have to add any extra water. But since this one is room temp, okay. Now it's together. It's nice and sticky, which is okay because as it sits, it'll become less sticky. We kneaded the dough together. We're gonna leave it on the counter for 20 minutes uncovered and then come back, do our 1 set of stretch and folds. I'm not gonna feed it. I'm just gonna put the top back on and put it in the refrigerator. I actually forgot to say give it a mix before you use it, but yeah, give it a mix before you use it, but I forgot that part. It's been 20 minutes. Now we're gonna do the 1 set of stretch and folds that we're gonna do. It looks like it's still a little sticky, so I'm gonna wet my hands, not add more flour. I'm gonna wet my hands. And I'm gonna take it up and over, turn, up. And I do 2 hands. Turn, up, because I hold it, over, up, over, up, over. See, I don't know how many I do. When it starts to like stick together in a good ball, that's kind of when I'm like, okay. Like that. Because look how it looks when I pull it. It's not pulling as easy. That tells me, okay, that's enough stretch and folds for me. That's going to be my last one. So dough is becoming stronger. So I've done my 1 set of stretch and folds. It is 11:03 a.m. I'm taking my plastic shower cap. I'm putting it on there. And I'm going to put it right over here in the corner next to my air fryer. And it's going to be there for at least 6 hours. So 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's going to be there until at least 7 p.m. Now this is what it looks like before. Now by 7 p.m., we want it to have grown in size some. So keep this picture in mind. And we're going to check back on it soon. 5:35 p.m. And as you can see, it's gotten way bigger. Way bigger. Doing its thing. It's bulk fermenting. It's 7:18. This is our dough. Nice, puffy, jiggly. Y'all see the jiggle? I don't know how really to show the jiggle. This is what we have. We're about to prepare it for its overnight proof in the refrigerator. Y'all see the jiggle better? A little bit. I'm gonna take some flour on the top. We're gonna flour the surface. And we're gonna get that dough out the bowl. Okay. We're gonna shape it, and at this point, if you have a banneton, you would put it in a banneton. I don't have a banneton. I'ma just use a bowl. Put a little flour in your hand. Now, we're gonna shape this into a rectangle. We ain't doing too much, just a little rectangle. We'll take the bottom half, fold it towards the middle. Take the top half, fold it towards the middle. Now, we're gonna roll it like a burrito. Boom. Now, after we got our burrito, we're gonna do half circles and pull it towards you. Half circle, pull it towards you. We're gonna do that a couple times. Half circle, pull it towards you. Half circle, pull it towards you. One more, pull it towards you. And this is what we end up with. Now, take your bowl and your paper towel and put it, that bottom side, up. So the seam at the bottom side is gonna be up. Take your towel or your plastic shower cap, cover it up, put it in the fridge, 8 to 12 hours. 7:05 a.m. the next morning. We're gonna preheat our oven to 450 degrees. And we're gonna put our Dutch oven in there. Excuse me, while it's preheating. I put rice at the bottom of the Dutch oven when I cook the bread so it doesn't burn. And I've been using this rice over and over. I've been used it a couple times. Here's our dough that's been overnight proofing. Okay, now it's time for the final step. Before you go to the Dutch oven, get you some parchment paper. Your dough, flip it upside down on the parchment paper. This is what it looks like. I take a little razor blade like this, and then that's how I make my, I don't know what you call them. Or you can take a sharp knife, but I found that using this razor blade works best. They sell a tool, I don't know what it's called, but I use this razor blade. Do it on the side. This gives you that nice flap when it bakes. Do it on both sides. Make sure it's open. And then I'll do a few on the top. The ones on the top, you know, those are just decorative. Good morning. And then we're gonna wait for the oven to preheat before we put it on in there. Preheating is done. Drop my rice in there. Spread it out a bit. Gonna cook it at 450 degrees for 30 minutes with the lid on. Now, we're gonna take the lid off, cook it for 25 minutes with the lid off. And this is what it looks like when we're pulling it out the oven. Just using a regular meat thermometer, I'm sticking it in the middle. We want it to be 190 to 200 degrees, and that's how we know we're done. And we're right at 190 degrees. And remember, we're gonna let it cool for 1 to 2 hours, and in that time, it will continue to cook. So we're gonna let it sit on up. Nice rice. Open side. And after it's cool, we'll come back and cut it. The loaf has been cooling for almost 3 hours. Good sound. Good rise. Let's cut it. Here we go. Nice spring. Happy sourdough.